Oh yeah, I'm almost
Oh,
dead.
and we're on the
Oof.
internet.
Hey everybody.
Hello.
We've decided to meet online because of the coronavirus.
Because of the outbreak,
So,
yes.
we've been on
Normally,
top of this since day 1.
yeah,
We are 100% coronavirus free.
we are. We are. So far, we haven't encountered a virus that can travel through the internet. So, well,
Well,
you know.
besides
Well,
those, besides those actual viruses.
yeah.
You know. You know. Um, okay. Cool. Here we are. Welcome, welcome. Um, our one viewer, which is probably one of you guys.
Who could it be?
Yeah, I'm not on right now. I could be.
It's me.
I'm debating ordering a pizza,
Oh, we
Ooh,
just had a pizza.
fighting the urge.
do
Oh
it.
no.
Good.
Do
Yeah,
it.
good.
Do it. Just
Do
Just
it.
do it. All
Wait,
right.
put your
So,
address out there and then somebody online will just
yeah,
order you
just
a
put your
pizza.
address
Is that what's
That's the
gonna
way
exactly.
the
happen?
internet works.
It does.
I'm not nearly pretty enough at
You
that.
know,
Mm,
pizza, arsenic.
pizza,
Arsenic pizza.
arsenic.
Yum.
Yum
It's just
yum.
laced with coronavirus.
It
Perfect.
is.
That's fine.
Some people just sends you a envelope with a mysterious white powder and
Says we know on it.
I don't know.
Nice.
Settle
Yeah,
down.
well,
It's
just
just
just a
cocaine.
hand. Yeah.
It's cocaine. Yeah.
Says
It's
we
just
know.
it's free drugs.
Someone just sends you
Free
a
drugs.
Corona.
The beer.
Corona.
Oh my god.
All right.
Oh,
So, last time, a long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away,
That we don't have the rights to.
our
That we
intrepid band of adventurers, Storm Animus, uh, just finished a meeting with the Fifth Circle, their governing body here in Taviran, the elven city once transported to the Feywild. After this meeting, you had decided and convinced the group of rulers that it was in your best interest to go and retrieve a piece of the transportation device, the teleportation device that would move the city potentially back to the material plane. You did a little bit of shopping afterwards, getting some potions and whatnot, and also took Golos the Keen, one of the 5 members, along with you outside the city. Following a compass that had been gifted to you by one of the 5, the builder, if you will, of the teleportation device, you sought out the primal earth, which is a original element of the material plane used in its original creation myth, creation of the world. You went through the original, or like the first area of the forest immediately outside the city called the Whispering Willows. There, Aaron, who still had this strange orb that you guys know to be containing the soul of the forest in the material plane. The Whispering Willows seemed communicative to Aaron, and they had asked for his aid after telepathically talking to him in some strange way. Thinking it a good idea, the party just did a little bit of a detour off to a beautiful spring that had seemingly been poisoned. This kicked off a long battle between them and a Knoll pack that was marked. At least one of them was marked with the tattoo of 2 thorny vines in the shape of a double helix. You fought and destroyed most of these gnolls. Golos was apparently totally useless and tripped on his ass like 3 times.
Tried to climb a tree, fell down. Tried to.
And we pick up the game where Ortok had just retrieved the crazy flail, the three headed flail of one of the creatures. And one of the gnolls had just retrieved the strange amulet that they were using to activate some sort of crazy abilities of the nearby plant life, who would explode with bouts of pollen or some sort of magical effect when they seem to speak, a power word into the talisman. So, not necessarily in combat, but or in turn order, you guys see at this moment one of the gnolls grabbing up this talisman and start to run off to the north. What do you do?
I'm in a lot of pain. I'm gonna try to huck a javelin at him if possible.
I'm a cast hold. Wait, do I have that prepared?
You're gonna try and huck a javelin, Ortok?
Yep, I'm a cast hold person.
Why doesn't? Do you want to go first, Cody?
Do you want to go?
Who has a higher dex?
Why don't you go?
Okay. So it's a wisdom save, I believe.
Correct.
Ooh, that's a 9.
Yeah, no.
So the final gnoll turns to run and is about 5 or 10 feet into its run, and all of a sudden its whole body just seizes up and then falls face first, totally held in place. In where it is.
Ortok's like, okay, puts the javelin away, and it starts breathing really heavily.
All right. Golos is kind of brushing himself off, puts his enormous weapon onto his back, and the rage from his eyes seems to fade. He says, "It was good battle."
I'll run up to the knoll and grab him.
Okay.
Golos, did you just say it was a good battle?
Yeah.
Do you normally fall flat on your ass 3 times in a fight?
If you can't laugh at yourself, I don't know what you're doing.
Fucking Golos the useless son of a beggar. Thank God you're a big target. Oh God. I'm gonna walk away and start going towards
Ortok.
whoever.
Come here.
Yeah. I'm also in a lot of pain. Where's Gabriel? All right.
Wah, 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 wah. I'm northeast of you. Or because I was going towards Noli Face.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you make
But
it up
then
to the knoll. The knoll's gonna make another check because it gets one every round.
Yep.
15.
Nope. I'm gonna take Talismani.
Okay, it's still kind of like locked in his grip, so you have to like rip
I
it
cut off
from
his hand.
hands.
I cut off his hand. I cut off his hand.
Wow.
And easy
doesn't
enough,
help, it's
he's
still in his fist.
restrained. He's restrained, so with just one swift swipe, his hand gets cut right off. You see his eyes like bulge a little bit, but he can't move, so he's just like.
How long does this last?
Was that necessary?
Was what necessary? I'm sorry. I'm gonna chop his head off
Wait,
Roll an
and
attack
put it in.
with
okay.
advantage.
28.
Yeah, so he doesn't have that many hit points left, so you just take your weapon and cut the
Cool.
knoll's head clean off and
So,
just
let's see here.
rolls.
I have head of giant knoll, head of what would you call this? A
Regular knoll.
Okay, there we go. There we go. That's what I'm looking for.
I apologize if you hear any beeping in the background. That's my 3D printer going.
Are you printing something?
Yeah.
We talk about it later. Cool.
All right. So the knoll is now totally dead. As just bouts of blood are coming out from where its head once was, and now, Gabriel, you have in your hand a talisman with a like a golden chain around it, or like for going around the neck, and then it's kind of like an emerald. The emerald's carved into kind of like thorny vines, and it's set into a golden setting behind it.
Do you get the idea that this is what's causing the problems with the water?
Make an arcana check.
Arcana check.
Arcana na. Hey, starting off pretty good. 17.
17. You do get the sense of like the magic is similar, but it doesn't seem to be linked. It doesn't seem to have like an exact cause.
Arcana na na. Okay.
Adam, can you make a sus cord for every check?
For every check.
Each check gets a sus cord. This one's for wisdom saves.
Wisdom saves. That one's from McCoy Boys. Want to see my McCoy Tyner impression?
Oh no! Oh, I was waiting for the pedal, man, but then you did it way better.
Got you guys.
Oh,
Anywho.
There's like
More
less than 1% of somebody who would be on Twitch that would
yeah,
get
right.
D&D in that, but okay.
If you got that joke, tell us in the comments, and something will happen.
sure to like that. Hit that bell for more.
Hit that bell.
Hit that bell.
All right. All right. So what are you guys
Still
doing?
working on my hey guys. That wasn't right.
Yeah.
Hey guys. No, that
Hey
wasn't
guys,
Anyway.
Vsauce.
Lick
Michael
and
here.
subscribe. Ah, damn it.
Oh, so you've just beheaded a person. So
Yes.
Handy.
Oh.
Uh,
So that's what mirror medicine is like.
how are you guys feeling? Yeah.
I feel terrible. I took a lot of hits, unlike some people.
I'm a Haka 3rd level cure wounds at Ortok.
What
Okay.
Thank you.
what affliction do Atreus and Aaron have right now? I know there's a little thing on them. I forget what it is.
Poison.
Oh yeah, we were
Visibrew.
Were you poisoned? Oh no, you were invisible. That's right.
Yeah.
We are?
Oh, that's right.
Well, you don't have to be anymore, but you were made invisible by
That was
Atreus.
Neat. But I suppose that's not necessary at this. Although it is pretty neat.
So
That was
you
a really
can
crappy
Atreus
cure
can
wound,
break
that's,
concentration if he wants.
I'll
12
tap
to you.
Kodos. I'll tap Kodos on the shoulder and appear on his other side.
Oh, that's a neat trick.
Like,
Ortok heals 13.
Sweet.
cool.
I go, if we want to sit here for about 10 minutes, then I can hit everyone.
I would appreciate 10 minutes of sitting,
Oh,
or even like an hour.
we could,
Atreus,
could
you
run
want
to
to
that.
see, look at this? I hold up the talisman.
Yeah, if we want to maybe take some time, if you want to look into that talisman, what's around with this spring, I could use a power nap.
Yeah, I'm not doing too bad health-wise, so. So you have. Should I just do an Arcana check for this talisman?
I'll,
See if
I'll give him the talisman.
Okay.
to see if I know anything about it or can.
What are you trying to figure out?
I'm guessing I wasn't close enough, or anyone was close enough to hear what they're actually saying.
Yeah, with the commotion and the battle going on, they were kind of just whispering it into the word into the talisman. So
Could I can read lips. Would I have noticed that at all?
oh, interesting. Let's do we'll just do a perception check,
Sure.
and we'll see if you noticed.
Sure. Sure. Where's my person? There. 20.
20. I'll say you did notice the one time when they exploded and made a bunch of like poisonous gas.
Mm-hmm.
They just whispered. You read the lips, and they just said engorge into the talisman.
Gotcha. In common?
Yeah, in common.
Okay. They said the word engorge. Seems to be a rather it's an enhancement talisman. You see them; they're very common in like the slums and back alleyways, but you don't see them much in the Feywild.
Atreus, what are you trying to figure out?
I guess, have I seen anything like this? I guess Aaron kind of explained it a little bit to me, but do I have any knowledge of what this is or anything?
Sure.
That was just a joke.
do an Arcana check.
Oh, okay. I thought you were.
You always see them in those Goblins Gone Wild pamphlets, you know.
Where the fuck are you finding Goblins Gone Wild pamphlets?
Why am I believing Aaron? I don't know.
The Feywild does strange things to a person.
24 for the Arcana.
24. This seems to be an enchanted artifact of some sort. It seems to have effects on things that are around it. And you also sense that it has a couple other effects that are tied to it. However, the effects that would, in order to get them, you need to attune to the item.
Okay.
Or identify it with like an identify spell.
Yeah, I don't have that. I don't know if
Take 20.
Gabriel does. I mean, so Aaron said he heard them say engorge. Do I see? I guess do I see any? There's no writing on this or anything, right?
Nope. No right.
Okay, I just don't know if there's like any keywords on it or something.
The
Kinda weird.
password is.
What do you say?
I said the password is.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, we could try see if we can activate it. I don't know if we want to move away from these flowers a little bit more, but
Are we taking 10 minutes here?
Are you? You guys taking a little 10-minute, or taking a short
Yeah.
rest, or what?
I think Ortok wanted a short rest, yeah.
Short rest would be fantastic, yes.
Okay.
Uh,
You guys begin to settle down for your short rest. Are you guys doing? Is anyone doing anything for the short rest?
I will be spending 10 minutes of it to cast Prayer of Healing.
Okay.
So the rest will just take 10 minutes longer.
This is what I want.
Before the rest is able to shoot off,
Mm-hmm.
about
I roll my die.
about 5 minutes into the rest,
Oh, fuck.
Golos is sitting there, kind of just propping himself up against a tree, not doing much for the rest, looking around, and all of a sudden, you hear him grunt. He just goes, and as if from nowhere, now there is a long, just like a greenish fletched arrow sticking out of his chest. And he coughs up a little bit of blood. And and he
Oh dear.
he takes his weapon out and looks around, trying to see what's going on.
I'm also
then
going to take my weapon out and say, "Good work, Meat Shield."
A few seconds later, another arrow takes him in the chest.
I get.
Damn, you are
guys
good at
do?
this.
I get in front of him
You get in front of him. Okay.
and look for where the shots are coming from.
I get behind him.
Do a perception check, Gabriel.
Balls. 12.
12. You get, like, you kind of know that it's coming from, somewhere in front of Golos. But, like, other than that, you don't really know where it's coming from. Then you guys hear a whisper in the wind. Kind of coming from the general direction of where the arrows came from. And you just hear a voice that says, "He's a traitor. He's been sent to kill you." Another arrow comes from the blackness, or from the darkness of the forest, and flies right by Golos's head, missing, but sticking into the tree right next to his head.
Stop, stop, stop. I'm going to get in front of him and just be like, "All right, what's going on?
Is this,
Golos."
Is this the same voice that I heard in my brain, in my head?
No, it's a different voice.
Okay.
And it's much more real. It's like a throne voice, a voice of a person that has been pushed to a different location.
Does Golos seem like startled by this at all? Or besides the arrows flying, but like I guess the
When you look at him, you see some of his veins start to turn black. He's clearly been poisoned. And he starts like barely being able to walk. Go get him! Find him!
I'll hit him with a lesser restoration
Okay.
to cure poison.
His veins instantly shift and change color. What are you guys doing?
Golos, why is it telling us?
I'll fly 30 feet straight up and see if I can perhaps look at where the arrows came from and perhaps
Okay.
see.
Roll a perception check. Do it at advantage since you're doing at height.
Oh boy. Height advantage.
Oh boy.
Oh, that's good. 25.
25.
I believe so.
Ooh.
So,
Yeah, I rolled
getting
real high
your
on that.
altitude in this area, you look around in the general direction of the arrows, and you know that what you just barely see out of the corner of your eye, not many people would be able to pick out of the brush. A vaguely humanoid-shaped brush pile, seemingly super well camouflaged person in the bushes off the outside of this clearing about 40-50 feet. Some sort of humanoid figure, clearly wielding a very large longbow, but it's like barely visible. Like you rolled just enough to really see this.
Sure. Does he see me?
Yeah, you're flying up in the sky.
Right. Damn.
But his
But he hasn't
attention,
taken any-
or but
hasn't
but,
taken any
but the
shots.
attention of the creature or whatever it is, the attention of the thing, does not seem to care about you very much, and is
Right.
the attention's on Golos. He seems to be pulling back another arrow.
Okay. How far? You might have mentioned this. How far is he from me?
About 50 feet.
Okay. Can I like fly to him? Can I dash to him?
Sure, sure. So you
Hopefully he doesn't try to shoot me.
you
But-
dart down through the trees, parting your way through a couple of the whispering willow trees, and land right next to this figure. And as you get closer and closer, recognition starts to blossom in your head. You recognize this as the Eladrin that you had met in the military district. The man that was exceptionally good with a bow, Alor Quinn.
That's right.
And you land
I'll,
right next to him. What do you do?
I'll kind of land next to him. It's not a secret thing, I guess, but I'll ask him in Elvish. What are you doing, friend? Why are you doing this?
Golos is a traitor.
Really? Because he just helped us fight, and you're shooting him.
I'm sure that you think that. I'm sure you believe what you believe. And he goes to loose another arrow. Do you interfere?
No, would you just come, one moment, if you don't mind?
I must succeed at my mission. And he goes to release the bow.
And who? Can I like chop the arrowhead off?
You know what? Because it's cool. Do an acrobatics check.
Golos gets hit with a stick. Gah!
Splinter damage.
Right, and that's the one that's gonna murder him.
Ugh.
Athletics check. Oh boy.
Acrobatics.
Oh, acrobatics. Oh, that's much better. That's a 20.
20?
Yeah,
Okay.
I have pretty good acrobatics. Not so
So-
great athletic.
He goes to loose the arrow, and you're quick enough with one of your short swords, I assume, and you just uppercut on one of the on the arrow, slice it, and as it slices, the bow releases, and because of the way that arrows are balanced and stuff, the arrow just like flies off in a crazy direction. From
so
from
anime.
your impact, huh?
That was so anime.
And then he goes to draw another arrow and says, "If you interfere, you're an enemy of mine as well." And he goes to pull another arrow back. What are the rest of you doing?
We can tell kind of the general direction that the arrows are coming in.
Yeah, and you saw Aaron fly down in a direction down there.
I'm gonna start heading over there.
Okay. Golos is still staggering. He actually took a lot of damage, and he's at less than 10 hit points.
Dang.
He's like sitting there just panting, two hands on his large weapon, like just steadying himself against the wall.
I'm going to cast Stone Skin on Golos.
Okay.
And so he gains, what is it? Resistance to non-magical bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage.
Okay. Cool. All right. You guys start heading over there.
Again.
He is knocking one more arrow with Aaron right next to him. Uh-oh.
Whoa, wait. Oh,
Aha.
never mind. He's here.
He's going to knock one more arrow, and he looks at you, Aaron, and, like, he just says, "I need to succeed at my mission. This is the closest I've been able to get."
We need to figure this out. We can probably kill him if we need to, but
You're
I
being
understand.
deceived.
That's my life, apparently. If you reason with us, we could help you in your mission, but we need to know that you're telling the truth.
He just shrugs and is like, "People have come your path before. They've come to the city, wondrous new people to the land, and the Council of Five sends them off on some sort of glorious mission to find the last piece to reassemble the portal. And then what happens? Golos goes with them, and they all die, except Golos comes back.
Right. Now, this mission, who sent you?
Me and my organization, the rebellion here in Taviran. And this is the closest to dead that Fool has become.
But he's agreeing to help take the city back to the mortal plane.
Yeah. You think they call him Golos the Keen for some other reason? He acts like an idiot.
I don't know, Mitch. Do I believe him?
I'm just like stumbling around trying to find him.
You start hearing the voice.
Can I hear?
And
Hello.
Sorry. Can I? I don't know. Can I gauge
make an insight check.
Okay. Gauge his truthiness.
His truthiness. Gabriel and Atreus, what are you guys doing? Are you heading in the direction of Aaron or what?
I am staying by Golos,
Okay.
trying to defend him.
Okay.
I think there's a thing for that. Now that I think about it.
Penny whistling his heart out. It's a 21 on the insight check.
21.
Yeah.
Best you can tell.
I'm doing all my best stuff. I'm not rolling that well. I just have really good stats in the stuff I'm doing.
Best you can tell, he is telling you the truth and he's very fervent about what he's doing.
Right. Okay.
He's one
and
more
Golos
shot away.
still-
I know I can take him.
Hello. Aaron. Aaron. Aaron.
What?
Aaron.
Oh, Tom,
Hello.
Come, we're up here. Come here.
Oh, I'm coming. I'm on my way.
Is Golos still over there?
He is. He's like just almost dead. Like on one knee, just kind of panting in place.
Sure. Okay. All right. Can I?
Gabriel,
5.
make a perception check.
Yeah.
Ooh. 26.
Zoom. Enhance.
Despite that insanely good roll, you look to see like Ortok and everyone making a commotion in the forest, making sure you can defend Golos, and you turn around, and Golos is gone.
What? It's a rogue barbarian? What's going on?
Ah, yes.
He
The
rolled
rare
a
rogue
20.
barbarian.
That would be terrifying.
The rogue barbarian.
A sneak attack with a war axe? Are you fucking kidding?
Sneak attack.
Allure
Sneak a crunch.
turns like moves to push you out of the way, Aaron. And he looks and says, "Shit!" And he goes to run away from you, like to try and find Golos.
Do I see him run away?
Yeah, now you see Allure as he reveals himself from the forest.
Aaron, I found him. Aaron, I found him. I'm gonna start running after
Yes,
him.
thank you. Find. Right, okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna start running this guy down.
But we don't see Golos. He's just gone, right? We don't see
Golos
anywhere.
seemingly vanished
Oh yeah.
into the forest or something.
I assume I noticed him I noticed him noticing Golos vanish.
Yeah, so now that Allure points it out, you turn around and now all of you notice that Golos is just gone. But Ortok, you're chasing down.
Yeah, I have no
Allure.
idea what's going on. I'm just chasing this guy down. I'm hauling ass. I'm gonna body slam him.
You have way more movement speed than him, so you easily catch up with him as he starts running away from you.
Sweet. I'm gonna tackle him.
All right, roll just a melee attack.
Sweet.
How do you spell this dude's name?
Ooh, 13.
Aalloor. What was your attack?
13.
13. Unfortunately, it's a miss, and you go to jump and tackle him, and he dodges off to one side, and you
I just kind of fall flat on my
fall
face.
flat on your face on the ground.
That's fair. Shit, Aaron, quick, help. scramble to my feet and try to chase him
Droid,
down again.
Can I fly straight up above everything and just see if I see either Allure or Goros?
Sure.
Golos?
You fly up one more time, and do a perception check with advantage.
Chicka chicka. Wow, I'm scared. I'm doing really well. 26.
Holy. Okay.
That tree has 847 and a half leaves.
You win a prize!
You do see both of them, as it seems that Golos has just hightailed it to the south towards the city.
Okay, can I chase after him?
Sure, but you're chasing a Minotaur barbarian that's sprinting at full speed through the forest.
Neat.
And it'll be a rough
It
chase.
won't work. It won't work. I get
It'll
it.
be a rough chase.
Right. Do I have any?
You have dash as a bonus action.
Dash is a bonus action. I can read lip.
What's Gabriel and Atreus doing?
I have no idea what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm assuming. Yeah, Golos has something going on, because otherwise, why else would he just disappear?
Maybe he doesn't want to get shot.
Whoa, Mitch, what
Yeah.
does the haste spell do?
Ooh.
It doubles your
Doubles your
speed and gives you 2 actions, which essentially
Judging-
means you can double dash with.
That's
with
160 feet, 120 feet for you, 120 feet
120 feet. Yeah.
of movement.
Is he's probably quite far at this point, I'm guessing.
I'd say at this point he's probably 200 feet away from you,
Right. Okay.
and it's getting harder and harder to pick him out because more and more forest
Right.
is between you and him.
I'm going to try. This is going to be a terrible idea, you guys. I'm alone in a forest.
Alone.
But I would like to. I have a potion of speed.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go ahead and just throw that sucker back. Does it work when I fly? Is that a thing?
Yeah, it just
Okay.
generally doubles your speed.
Yay, magic!
Yeah. So you can do that and then dash, so you get 120 feet of movement.
Sure, I'm gunning for this sucker.
Okay, so Aaron, you quick chug this potion of haste, and all of a sudden you're like the Flash. The world seems to slow down around you, and you begin to rocket forwards towards Golos. What are the rest of you doing as Aaron does this?
If you get 2 actions, can you dash twice?
You know, I'm not
It's a dumb
sure,
question.
but for the sake of not like totally breaking the game, I'm gonna say no.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
I'm gonna say the haste potion doubles his speed to begin with, and then he can dash to double again, and that's
Yeah.
as much as I'll let it stack.
That is fair.
That action.
I'm still hauling ass against this guy. I'm trying to find him.
Okay.
Okay, I'm wondering where Aaron's going. Can I use my cloak? Because I can fly straight up.
Mm-hmm.
And then see how far up do I have to go to see?
Aaron went up like 40, 50 feet.
Okay. So I think I have like a fly speed of 30. I don't know if that matters right now, but
Yeah. So
how far away is Golos then? If I fly up, I'm kind of looking to see where Aaron's going.
Golos is like 200 feet away.
Okay.
So you fly up and you get up to Aaron just as he rockets away from you with the haste potion. What's Gabriel doing?
Do I see where Aaron and Atreus have been going?
Yeah, they're very clearly visible up in the sky.
Where's Zortok?
You just see like this general commotion of like bushes shaking around and shit as he tromps through the forest.
I'm like, it was rough last I saw him, so I'm gonna go after Ortok to make sure he doesn't die.
Okay.
Thank you.
Ortok, as you're going through the forest to try and find a lure, I need you to make a perception check.
That is fair. I'm pretty not perceptive. Oh, 15 actually. It's okay.
15. All right. You don't see him exactly, but you do see his trail. So he seems to be good at like evading your vision, but you do see his footsteps that you can follow.
Cool. I'm gonna start following him and yelling out, come out, wherever you are. I think you'll have some explaining to do."
All right. All right. For the sake of getting things in the right order and stuff, I need everyone to roll initiative.
Nah.
Okay.
How fast is Aaron flying? What's his speed?
Fuck.
120.
Fucking fast.
What is it? 120?
Yeah.
Just this one time, it's gonna be that. Yeah. I
12.
have it's up to a minute is the haste spell. I assume it works the same.
Yep.
So I don't know. You get to Mitch. You can tell me when it's done. I guess.
So a minute if in turns is 10 turns.
Sure. So we'll say I just used one to start with because I chugged the potion and then used dash. So
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, so what do we got here? We got 12 for Ortok,
So you need answers.
16 for Gabriel, 5 for Atreus.
Why am I on top? I have +1 initiative.
And Aaron got a 10.
Yeah.
Okay. First, kind of erupting from the ground around you, Ortok.
Yes.
A vine comes up and attempts to like wrap around you. I need you to make a strength saving throw, I think. I'm
Sure,
gonna
sure,
double check
sure,
what kind.
Ooh.
Yes. do-do-do-do-do-do. Oh, dexterity saving throw, please.
I rolled a natural 20.
Natural 20. All right. So
Beautiful.
this vine comes whoosh, reaching out to try and grab you, and you just duck underneath it as it curls up and is unable to hit you. And you continue running forward. That's Gabriel's turn.
I am going to cast Freedom of Movement on myself.
Sure. All right, so you mutter this incantation, and all of a sudden your whole body becomes almost like it has no friction, and it just becomes slick, and your armor almost like gets more shiny as a result. And as you're walking through the forest here, it's like you're not impeded by the forest at all.
Can I see Ortok?
Yeah, you can see kind of like where he's disturbing the forest.
I'm gonna take off towards him. How close am I to him?
I'll say
What is
you're
my hold on
about
movement?
20. You're about 20 feet from him.
I'm huck a healing word at him.
Okay.
First level.
Roll some heals.
Ooh. 8.
Ortok heals 8.
Yep.
Sweet. Thank you.
Got anything else, Gabriel?
Nope. After my full round of movement, that'd be it.
Okay.
Oh wait, I'm sorry. I couldn't do that. Spell rules.
Spell rules.
Yeah.
Da-do.
Okay. Then,
It's been a while.
got anything else, Gabriel? You gonna do some movement or?
I'm running as far as I can towards
Okay.
Ortok.
All right. So you run towards Ortok and you catch up. You catch up with him.
Okay.
Now, Aaron and Atreus, you watch Golos just using his full movement, full action to dash 100 feet away from you through the forest. Now it's Ortok's turn.
I'm assuming I see Gabriel.
Yeah,
I'm
he's
right
like
next.
right next to you now.
Gabriel, did you say which way you went? And I'm just gonna kind of spend this turn looking around like I don't know what's going on.
I don't know either.
All right.
Awesome.
Aaron? What are you doing, Aaron?
Dash again.
All right. So you rocket forward 120 feet, getting within 200 feet of Golos. You're probably like 150 feet from him at this point.
Okay.
Anything else? Action?
I will.
Because you have a second action from haste.
Right. Can I? What can I ready? But I mean, can I ready a dodge? Is that a thing I can do?
You can just use the dodge action. And that gives people disadvantage on attack rolls against you until your next turn.
That's true. So I'll use that. Yes, just in case of vines or maniacal birds or whatever.
Sure. Maniacal birds. All right, Atreus, you see Aaron rocket ahead of you. What are you doing?
So how far away is he? Is pretty far away, right?
Aaron is 120 feet away from you, and Golos is like 300 feet away from you.
Okay. Well, I'm not gonna be able to catch up to that. So, do I see? Do I see Aaron or attacking Gabriel?
Do a
How
perception
far away
check.
are they from me? I guess. Or are they kind of blocked since I'm flying above the trees now?
Yeah, do a perception check.
I guess okay. I rolled a. What did I get here? Who's the archer guy?
Allure.
The lure. Yeah, I guess I'm looking for him
Okay.
too. But it's only 10.
10. Well, fortunately for you, he's kind of running through the forest and not stealthing the best at this point. So you do see him. He has made it ahead of you, like maybe 50 feet in Golos's direction.
Okay, so since he's heading toward Golos too, then I'm gonna start following him. But I'm gonna cast minor illusion on him to kind of just make a light. I guess to kind of single him out to Gabriel and Ortak.
Sure.
But yeah, I guess I'll fly.
Yeah.
I'll start following him.
Okay.
It's when you're maliciously using the laser pointer when you own a cat.
So, Ortok and Gabriel, you see kind of hovering in the air this illusory globe of light emanating ahead that seems to be moving away from you. And then, Atreus, you're kind of like flying in his direction.
Yep. So yeah, I was kind
You
of
get like
follow
30 feet closer to him. Then, at the top of the round, Atreus, you see Allure just kind of like look up and go, ah. He's like, swats his hand up in the air like, what the heck? Damn will-o-wisps. And he continues to dash. He literally just like takes all of his action to just run in that direction. He's gonna try and see. Okay. That's all he's gonna do. So now it's Gabriel's turn.
Do I see a lure?
You see the like glob of light for sure, and you kind of see the movement that he's creating further in the forest.
Run forward and see if I can get a clear view of him within my movement speed.
Sure. So you go up and you're only about 20 feet from him now with your movement
okay.
speed.
I'll cast Hold Person on him.
Okay. What kind of save? It was wisdom?
Correct. probably not gonna work.
Yeah. He rolled a 21. Yeah. So you see him seize up for a second. He just breaks loose and continues running.
Dang it. What do I got to do? Nothing. I go. He's heading this way, and that's it.
Okay. Golos continues his sprint. And then Aaron, you see him duck behind a tree, and you've lost sight of him.
Okay.
Ortok, it's your turn.
I'm going to seeing the direction that Gabriel pointed, and the light orb. Gonna be like, oh, moron decided to make light so he could see, but I can see you now. And I'm gonna dash after him.
Okay, what's your movement speed?
40.
40. Okay, so you get up, and you're only about 10 feet away from him, and you clearly see him now since you're, like, right next to him.
And I'm gonna shout out, you son of a bitch almost killed the most useless member of our party. That's about as far as I go.
Okay. Aaron, it's your turn.
Yeah. I would like to. No, I'd still like to try and continue to chase him. So I'll dash forward where I saw him duck off.
Okay.
And I will again, I guess, use the dodge action.
Okay.
So I'll just kind of start doing one of these, I guess.
So you're prepped and ready. You made it about half the distance there, so you're only about 100 feet from where he seemingly disappeared.
Okay.
Atreus, it's your turn.
So the light's still on him.
Yep.
Right, okay, I'm just gonna. Because he was dashing, so how far away is he from me now? I guess I'm just gonna dash toward him. He was dashing away from me, so he's far enough away.
Okay, so you dash towards him, and I'm gonna say you get right next to him, right next to Allure.
So okay, I guess I didn't know it was. I recognize him, so I'll just ask you, what? Why are you trying to kill him? Or what's going on? Because obviously everyone's confused.
He just says, Golos is part of the problem. He's part of the seat of the government that allows the city to stay here for so long, and he interferes with all attempts to regain control of the elemental earth. He's very fervent in his words, and he seems just pissed that you're interfering with his seeming window of opportunity to kill him.
How far away is Golos now?
Do a perception check.
4.
You actually can't see him, so
Okay.
you're not sure. Last you saw, he was, I'd say from you, about 200 feet away. Got anything
Okay.
else?
Well, I don't think I'm gonna do anything.
Okay.
I think I might just turn toward Gabriel and.
Do I believe what was just said?
Or yeah, did they hear it or?
Yeah, make
Or
a
do
Ortok and Gabriel, you can make insight checks if you want.
Cool.
Natural 20.
Ooh, I actually did
20.
okay too. Insight 17.
Okay.
Wait, 16. I'm sorry.
So
16.
29.
Gabriel, you're sure that he believes absolutely everything he's saying, and you believe that he's he at least thinks he's telling the truth, if you know what I mean. Same thing with you, Ortok. You're just like, oh yeah, he believes everything he's saying, and you believe that he's telling the truth.
Sweet.
Okay, so that was Atreus's turn. Now it's Allure's turn. He's gonna try and he's not even gonna risk it. He's gonna use disengage, and he's going to disengage from everyone in his area and keep on dashing in that direction. He's panting a little bit, and then yeah, that's all I can do. Now it's Gabriel's turn. Crap.
Just your ping. No. I'm going to. Shit.
Gabriel can shit.
How far is that? How far is that? Why is that farthest thing I have? I'm going to take off where I saw Aaron take off towards.
Uh-huh.
But before I do that, I'm going to cast Freedom Movement on Ortok.
Okay. Ortok, you
So-
feel as like the forest seemingly has no purchase on you anymore. You're just not
Sweet.
restricted.
And I'll get as far as I can towards Aaron, and last I saw him
Okay.
anyway.
Sounds
And that'd be my turn.
good. All right. Right now it's Ortok's turn.
All right, so Ortok is like just gonna keep chasing that. Is that light attached to the guy?
Yeah, it's like hovering above him.
Oh, sweet. Okay, so I've got a line on who he is. I'm going to chase the guy down, and if I can get close enough, which it would be 40 feet of movement, and then what was the buff? That
Nothing can restrain you. Or
oh, nothing
grapple
restrains
you.
me. I thought it was a speed thing. Cool. Then I'm just gonna run at him and try to tackle him again.
Okay. You can get up to him because he used his action to disengage, so he couldn't dash. So you get up to him.
Oh, cool.
What would you like to
I'm
do?
going to. Fuck. Gonna attempt to restrain him. 'Cause
Okay.
I have no idea what's
so
going on.
we'll do a grapple. So do an athletics check.
Athletics check. Athletics check. Yeah. 13.
13. You rolled an 8. So
Yeah. Okay.
you manage to get up around him and just restrain him from the sides. You have him grappled at this moment, and he tries to shake you loose, but he's a lithe kind of elven figure, so he's not that strong. He's definitely more agile than he is strong. Yeah.
Cool. Do I have time to say anything?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I'm going to be like, if Golos is gonna run off, Golos is gonna run off. We need to find this primal earth.
Okay. He'll respond on his turn.
Cool.
That's
That's what Ortok does, so now it's Aaron's turn.
Yeah, it is. I'm still searching for goals.
Okay. So you start flying ahead to where you saw him disappear.
Yeah.
So now, since you're getting closer, a little bit closer to the ground and flying down through here, make a perception check to see if you can see where he went.
Sure. Is this just a normal one?
Just a normal one. The forest is getting a lot thicker, so.
Okay. I think I'm still pretty perceptive. 19.
19. unfortunately, you look around and, like, you kind of find the tree where he seemed to duck around and disappear into, but after that, you're not sure where he went. You do make it there, though, so you're flying, like, right next to the tree that he disappeared around.
Okay. And there's nothing in the tree.
No, it's just like a regular-sized willow tree, you know, like you can barely put your arms around it.
Sure.
So it's not big enough to have like an opening in it or anything like that.
Okay.
It's just a very thick forested area. So the Golos seem to have just like walked around it to break your vision of him, and now he's seemingly gone somewhere else.
Great.
Barum.
Okay. I'll so do I still have enough movement to like fly up so others can see me and I'll let them come to me?
I'm gonna say you have 20 more feet of movement.
Okay, I'll just fly straight up and just hover and wait for everyone else.
Okay, so you kind of fly up into the air and get a good bird's eye view of things. That's Aaron's turn, so now it's Atreus's turn.
If Golos is for any reason in attack range, can I hold an attack?
You can. You
Okay,
absolutely can.
why not? Okay.
All right, so you ready one of your weapons, or one of your ranged weapons?
Throw a dagger
quasi-
from 300 feet away.
It's the quasi-Irish thing in Aaron. He's like, if I see that motherfucker.
All right. So Atreus, what are you doing?
Can I see Aaron?
Yeah, you see him kind of floating off in the distance, a good 150 feet away.
Okay, I'm gonna. Well, I'm assuming. I see him stop, so I'm just gonna yell out to him. Do you still have track of Golos? We have a lure over here. And then I guess I don't know if I have to wait till his turn for the response. That's
Just
fine.
to make it easier, you can respond right now. Just a short response.
Yeah, I lost him. That's all I say.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, I guess I'm gonna stay. Yeah, I don't really know what to do right now, so I'm just gonna stay up, so that way I can see both Aaron and the rest of the party.
Okay. Sounds good. Allure is going to attempt to break the grapple.
Or I'll pass on to them that we lost.
Okay.
Golos. So
Ortok, I need another athletics check.
Okie dokie. Please be better than the last one. Okay, thank God. 20.
20. Oh, he rolled a 19, so you just barely managed to keep him grappled. As he's trying to like slither his way out of your grip, he's unable to get out.
Nice try.
All right. And then at the end of this struggle, he looks suddenly kind of dejected and just slumps a little bit in your grasp, like he's not fighting anymore.
Yes, give up.
And then he just kind of like turns his head over to you, Ortok, and says, "You're a bunch of fools." Now it's Gabriel's turn.
I guess my last thought was I'm heading towards Aaron, so I'm gonna keep going. Use my action to sprint that way.
Okay. So, what's your speed? 30?
Yep.
So you get 60 feet down the line. I'd say at this point you're about a third of the way there. Because Aaron was flying like a freaking rocket ship. Now it's Ortok's turn.
Ortok's gonna be like, and you must have been a fool for thinking that you could convince us in all of 5 seconds that he was actually our enemy. Now I think it's time to slow down and tell us exactly what this resistance is.
All right. Roll a persuasion check.
Cool. 14.
Okay.
Because you didn't say play.
He seems to relax just a little bit more. And he just says, Fine. Aaron,
Yeah.
doing anything else out there?
Uh,
You don't at this point. You haven't seen any sign of Golos, and yeah, you're just floating like 20 feet in the air.
right. Yeah, probably no disturbances in the trees or anything. Okay. Can I go to? Well, where is everyone in relation to me right now?
They're like
All over the
like
place.
200 feet behind you.
Sure. Am I still hasted?
Yeah, it's only been four or five rounds.
Okay, so I'll start zipping back to them, I suppose.
Okay, and I think since things are breaking up a little bit here, we can go back to out of initiative.
Okay, I will double jump to their location.
Boom, boom.
So, I'll say within the next 30 seconds or so, you all meet up around Allur's location. Ortok still having him grappled. His arms kind of like pulled in tight as he kind of relaxes in Ortok's arms. And you guys are congregated with him restrained. What are you guys doing?
All right. I think we have a couple of questions. And I'm going to like slowly kind of let him. Everybody's around us, right? So
Yep.
he would not be wise to run. Okay.
So you slowly let him go, and he straightens out his cloak and his leather armor, and he stows his longbow on his back. You see now, you all do recognize him as the bluish colored elf, and now you know them as Eladrin, Fey elves, and his general presence causes like the air to be kind of slightly chilled around him. Every once in a while, like a small snowflake just kind of like appears and falls to the ground and melts away. He, stows his bow, turns around, says, "You spoiled my chance."
Yeah, could you maybe enlighten us to what your plan was? Because it seemed like it wasn't exactly foolproof. Okay?
The third arrow was supposed to kill him.
I'm sorry, if it takes you 3 arrows to hit him, my God, you need to start telling us exactly what's going on. Because I'll get the impression that nobody has been truthful with us here.
All right. And he looks at Aaron. We made at least a small connection in the courtyard. I'd hoped that might have come through here, but I was mistaken.
Well, we connected with Golos in the city,
Golos.
or so we thought.
The Council of Five, whatever goals they might have over the hundreds of years that most of them have been reigning, have clearly not made it a objective to rebuild the teleportation device. And there are those of us in the population that see that as a betrayal of the original builders' ideas. So, the rebellion is the means that we have decided to try and combat that. And we watch for opportunities And this is the most drastic one we've taken so far, but Golos was as weak as he's ever been fighting those creatures that you had fought, so I thought I would take my chance.
Right.
I can't say Golos looked like he was particularly difficult to kill. I mean, I'm sorry, but we've done way better than him. If all you need to do is kill him, I mean, we could do that in a flash. However, if we are here to make sure that we have Tavarin. How is it pronounced?
Tavirin.
Tavirin. We are here to make sure that Tavirin hopefully can make its transition back to the material plane. But if it's a divided Tavirin, then it's going to be worse than if it wasn't there.
Well, it's going
Aaron.
to be divided for sure.
Aaron, do you still have the compass?
I do. I checked the compass.
I'm gonna
Yes.
look at Allure. Do you know, is this compass actually pointing toward the primal Earth, or what is this leading us to?
The only member of the 5 that we know, or at least think is relatively truthful about his goals, is the one that gave you that compass.
Okay,
You
so
can't-
we should be.
You can't.
Yakan.
That was Yukon, right? Okay, cool.
Okay.
He is a builder, and of course, he doesn't condone the rebellion. And he's married to one of the 5, but that's why we don't know where his true allegiances lie. Perhaps he only wants the primal Earth to see his machine complete once more, but we do not know that he would use it.
Hmm. I got the sense that he could be. I don't know who to trust. Don't know who to. I believe that you know what you believe. I don't think you're lying. Misled perhaps, but not lying. I guess you're the best lead we have at this point. Oh, I don't want to. Well, I suppose we are going to incite a coup either way, aren't we?
A little bit of a coup. I say, follow me on this, follow me. We go get the primal Earth, and then we have it, and then we can show up and tell everybody about it. And if our friend here might be able to incite some sort of maybe propaganda as to get some sort of support for moving to the material plane, then we could maybe pressure the 5 into moving. Or plan B, follow me on this. We sneak into the castle and activate it and move the town overnight. I think that would be fun. And then everybody's on the same page, which is they don't know what's going on. United Tavarin. It's great. United in utter confusion.
I wouldn't mind doing it under the cover of night. That would certainly make things less bloody.
It would be. It will be. Don't worry too much about the bloody part. It would be. Golos useless. He's literally just a pile of bricks. Just useless.
Well, that pile of bricks has been eluding us for 100 years. Don't underestimate him.
Man, I'm looking forward to having his head on my wall. I think it would be really cool to have a Minotaur head, like when you first walk in to the Alamo. Like, wouldn't that be super cool? Right?
Those are rather sentient beings. You might not want. That'd be like putting my head on your. Give you a name.
Well,
That would be lovely. It'd be absolutely lovely.
Thank you. Fine, I'll keep it in the basement. I don't know.
It's my room.
It's my room. I do what I want.
Um,
I guess I'll ask Allure. Do we know? Do we think Ghost is going to come back for us?
this has never happened before.
Okay.
Always, the adventuring groups of random people that come through the gate and were sent out for the primal earth never came back. I feel like it's just a way for them to quietly execute people that are trying to incite rebellion or get the city to return.
Okay. So if we do run into him again,
My best guess would be he'd be bringing a contingency of people along with him to assassinate us.
Probably say we're traitors or some shit.
Yeah.
okay, so I don't think going back into town, yeah, it's just going to work.
Not yet.
But
My vote's find Primal Earth.
yeah, so I guess too, if we find this, is this the machine something we can? Do we just shove the primal earth in it and then it goes, or like, is this something that you know how to use?
Well, you got here, didn't you?
Yeah.
I've never seen the device used personally, but I assume it's similar to the device you used to get here in the first place.
Okay.
I say we cross that bridge when we get to it.
Indeed.
Well,
Now, what is it? To the south, to the north?
Well,
Which
there's
way?
those trees that are talking to us, saying
That's
that.
true.
I don't know if you know anything about that.
Oh, Alu,
hmm.
did you want to come with us to get the Primal Earth?
He sits there and thinks for a little bit. If your goal is to get the primal earth, which has never been done, and to stealthily return it to its place in the grand teleportation device, then I will help you. It's been the
All right.
rebellion's goal for hundreds of years.
Wonderful. Well, perhaps we should walk and talk. I'll flip out the compass
Okay.
and we'll start going in that direction.
And it's generally pointing in the northern direction, and doesn't seem to move at all. But you continue walking in that direction. The landscape doesn't really change too much. The Whispering Willows still ever slightly attracted to Aaron's presence as the long, elongated branches slowly brush up closer and closer to him. Allure actually notices this, and he says, "This is a good sign. The trees, they guide us."
Do they?
Okay.
It might be because of this, and I'll pull out. What is that godling's name?
Oh god, it's in my notes
I know,
somewhere
it's actually
really far down in my notes.
Might be in these notes. This is from a while ago.
Uh,
Notes start in Aerodale.
well,
Oh well, I'll find it. But yeah,
well, you could www. I don't remember it.
hold on.
Storm dash
Where's that?
animus.
Not random, but-
Hold on. It came up. Storm dash animus.fandom.com. Okay, hold on. I'll find it.
This is what
It's
it's
in
for,
here
kids.
somewhere.
You pull the orb out, and Allure says, "That is a strange-looking artifact you have there."
Indeed, it's a spirit, and it's a very long story actually. Killed killed several hydras to get this. I'll have you know.
Kumo!
Thank you. Yes.
Sorry. I think I'm catching a cold.
Kumo, you say? That's the material plane's spirit of the forest.
Aye.
That's
well,
probably
he's
probably
here
why
now.
the trees are so drawn to it.
Indeed. Are you familiar with the Wardens of the Wood? That's what they're called.
Only in name. I have not met one.
Indeed. Well, it's quite a tale, but perhaps another time. But first, I'll trade tales with you. How about that? Tell us
Fair.
about this rebellion. Who started it? What is the history of this rebellion? Has it always been on the right side?
My father started it not too many years after the city originally arrived. He saw that the people were changing and that while happiness did roll and come easily here, that the desire to return was fleeting. And then he felt he needed to maintain the original goals of the builders. He died of old age, maybe 100 years after the arrival. And by then I was about 50 years
young.
old. And he passed on the mantle.
Indeed.
So
That helped.
we
Yes.
haven't lost. It's not some sort of cloak and dagger battle that we wage in the catacombs or anything. It's a battle of ideas. People spreading the valor of those that would return, and bards who tell the story of, or the legend of the people that originally built the city, trying to keep that idea alive in the people. Our numbers, it's hard to say how many.
Like a few dozen, like a few hundred.
I hope it's more than a few dozen.
Okay, I'm just trying to make sure we're not, like, fighting a lost cause here.
Well, we can't meet in large number, but the best guesses we have are a few hundred.
Right.
It's good for me.
It's a few hundred we could use, I think.
I suspect that there are many that are on the fence about the subject, and perhaps forcing their hand wouldn't be a bad thing.
Well, that was our intent since the start. Since we found out about this place by accidentally falling into it. Yeah.
Perhaps that's a tale that I should hear before we arrive at our destination.
Oh, indeed. What a tale it is.
Oh,
And,
God.
we spin the
like
yarn. And we
30
spin the-
vampires.
something like that, yeah. An entire army. A vampiric army.
It's insane.
Right.
Gabriel randomly interjects with the truth.
He's new.
Is he very good at storytelling?
It's the visor. He doesn't see everything. He only sees what he wants to see. And let me tell you the truth, and I completely lied to him the entire time.
Yeah.
Make a deception check.
All right.
I do have a really squishy giant's eye and 3 teeth from a zombie maker. We can weave that into the tale.
That would be an 18 for
18.
deception. Yeah.
Well, he seems totally captured by your story.
God, we're amazing.
And then I breathed like a dragon from the sky itself. I breathed fire upon those spiders. That part is true.
All right. So you regale him with your amazing story of infiltrating this mine and defeating just gobs of vampires and night beings, eventually culminating in your miraculous teleportation to the Feywild
Via the flout. Yes.
via the flute. Yes.
So I pulled out the flute and like kind of like wave it around like a walking cane as I'm talking. This thing that's worth more than all of us combined.
At one point, the head joint just shoots off into the distance.
Oh dear.
Oh shit.
Didn't know it did that.
All right. Several hours pass. Still, the weird insomnia of this place eludes you because the sun doesn't appear to move. And the trees start clearing out. And this large plain starts sprawling out before you. Waist high blades of golden to green, light green grass. Just as far as the eye can see as the trees clear out. Some golden colored rod-like flowers piercing here and there throughout the plain. What would normally probably be a nice big flat plain, however, is now pierced by many small hills, probably 40 feet tall and maybe 60 feet around. All
This
these,
is kind of
all these hills are just hundreds of these small hills just bulging that break up the plain. There's probably like 100 feet of normal flat plain before the hills begin, and they're just kind of rolling about as far as the eye can see as well.
what does the compass say, Aaron?
It says straight to the north.
I do like turn just to test it. It keeps pointing north, right? It's not just like
Yeah,
stuck.
it's not just a fixed. Yeah, it
Should've-
Alright.
does kind of always point in the same direction.
Okay, that's good. Oh God.
When I ask Allure,
I
how
thought you
far have
did.
you made it out here past the city?
I've never been beyond the forest. This plain is new to me.
Yeah, this looks really interesting. All these, all this grass. It's amazing. It's just grass. Come on, let's go.
All right, y'all start making your way through the plain.
I'd like to keep an eye out as we go.
Okay. Looking for anything in particular?
Things hiding, more gnolls, stuff like that.
Okay. Roll a perception check.
Ooh, 26.
26. All right. So you're keeping your eye out as you first start to traverse the plain. You notice that these blades of grass are incredibly sharp. They're just like razor blades. And if you move any faster than normal walking speed, if like you dashed through this grass, you would just be sliced like crazy. You walk by a few of these golden flowers, and they have just a beautiful, gorgeous smell to them that draws your attention so much that you kind of like lose yourself in the smell for a second before you can move on.
I need one of these. I'm gonna pick one, and I want to put it in the bag.
Okay, sure.
We always forget to get Yondala gifts. I think this would be a great one. It's just golden flower.
Yeah, it's like goldenrod, if you know what that is. It's a stalky flower with many small golden flowers all over it.
Oh, cool, cool.
All right. You get up to the first set of hills and begin weaving your way in between them, kind of taking the low road, easier to than going up and down these hills all the time. And you make your way for another hour or so through all these hills, and they don't seem to be ending. They just you probably get lost in them if it wasn't for the compass you had and the fact that the sun doesn't change its position. It's much easier to navigate. You look, in all directions. It looks the same. Hills here, hills there. And Gabriel, since you're paying such strong attention to things, you walk by one of these hills, and one of them, like, almost kind of expands a little, gets bigger, swells, and you hear like a small rush of air, just like, and then it shrinks.
Oh. 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 Shit.
Is something the matter, Gabriel?
These aren't hills.
They look like hills to me.
They're breathing.
I mean, we're in a different fucking dimension. They could be Teletubby homes for all we know.
They could be.
The fuckers are telling
You never heard those bedtime stories? Just they're fucking weird. They worship
Yeah.
they worship this weird sun baby god. I'll tell you.
Ah,
Something.
yes. They have portals to another dimension in their stomach.
Hi.
Who does that? Some fucking crazy person.
Allure's just like, what kind of stories do people tell their children in the material plane? This is insane.
Things have changed quite a bit. We're in desperate need. It was probably a demon or a devil idea. I don't know. I don't think they would even think it's something like that.
It's Asmodean brainwashing.
Right.
Stare into my stomach, child.
All right. So we're in the bring it back. We're in the that's no moon situation. And
Yep.
Go.
So, Gabriel, you notice as now you know what to pay attention for every once in a while. Not very often.
All moving.
Each hill slowly gains size and then shrinks a little bit. As
In
if.
unison?
No, not in unison.
Okay.
They're all
Yes, they're
different.
independent. Okay.
These are all. That's just me. I can kind of tell these are that's no moon type of deal, right?
Yeah, you're like,
That's an animal.
hills don't inhale.
Okay. I'm like, be very quiet.
Okay.
Okay,
Right.
so what's everyone doing?
What did Gabriel
say-
say?
The hills are breathing. This
Oh.
is-
Aaron, or Atreus, or anybody who can fly, can you guys get up and tell us if these hills have any end?
Sure. Don't waste a spell. I will zippity zip zap zoom
Okay.
and just see what it is I can see.
You float up into the air, and you note that while the plane does continue about as far as the eye can see, the hills are present for about a mile around you in most directions.
About a mile.
So
So
are
if
we like in the middle of it now?
Yeah, you've traveled about an hour, slowly, into the hills.
Okay. So we don't. So if we just keep going, we'll be out of it after about a
On the
mile or so.
hills.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at your current walking speed and the way you have to kind of weave through the hills, that's like another hour of travel.
Right. And if we were to, we're kind of like in the middle, you said, right? Like any
About,
direction
yeah.
we choose will probably yield that kind of time.
About, yeah.
Okay. All right. I will carefully fly back down. Maybe not land too hard.
Okay.
Right. So we have just about reached the middle of this, and now we're noticing. So, I suggest we
Continue on.
calmly continue on. Don't,
Allura's like kind of, his eyes are like widening a little bit. He's looking around. He's like, I may have heard tale of this.
And
Why
they
don't
are-
we keep continuing forward, and you can tell us what it is quietly.
Be very quiet.
Wonderful. I'll tell you what. Let's be very quiet, and once
Let's
we're
be
out of
quiet.
it, once we're out of it, tell us exactly what we just walked through.
What might be
Agreed.
helpful?
Wait,
If
does
we know
anybody
what's
have
on
any magic stuff that could make us stealthy?
No, I'm just stealth.
Oh, fuck.
Do I get help?
Well, we made it halfway through, and we weren't really being. I think we'll be. See what happens.
Right.
All right. So as you guys continue,
Yeah.
what's the plan? Are you trying to be stealthy? Are you trying? What are you doing?
Could we be like careful, like stealthy, as opposed to not trying to be seen, just not heard is all?
Sure. Since it's still kind of like an acrobatic or like
Yeah,
dexterity related
stealth
thing,
check.
still roll stealth checks. But you're not
Okay.
like trying to hide.
Big old 5.
Hey, I do have bad even with this advantage.
Bear. Bear.
Bear.
Those are.
Bear.
He's so quiet.
He's such a pop.
What's going on? Is he okay?
What's going on, Bear? Don't eat my groceries.
That's like, never mind.
Telling Bear not to eat my groceries is like telling the sun not to come up.
Don't come up. Don't do it. And yet we still try.
I got a
Okay.
16.
What do we got on checks here,
The
guys?
highest stealth roll I've ever rolled.
27 for Aaron. 5 for Atreus. 16. What did Ortok get?
So
I rolled a natural 20 and a 15.
rolled a 1.
I assassinate Ortok to stay.
Ortok dies.
Allure is going to roll a 27. Oh, he matched Aaron. That's awesome.
I'll be right back. Need a drink.
Okay. For the next half an hour or so, things go just fine.
Oh no. Oh no.
Normally, the way that like skill checks for groups work is if the average is higher than the DC, you're fine. But ones
But
tend to
once.
cancel that out.
No, that's what Paragon rolled when he was in Moria. That was
So
everyone's stealth was fine, and then a fucking one threw a corpse down a well.
everyone quietly walks through the lulls in the hills, keeping their way away from the various bulges that are in the ground. Every once in a while, you see one of them grow a little bit and then shrink. At one point, you notice one of them actually totally shift from like left to right. It like rotates, and the ground around it kind of tears up, and the roots from all of the various grasses get ripped from the ground, and you see this kind of like dirt-like ring that forms around it from where the dirt had been displaced. Ortok, you are just walking along, minding your business, doing a decent job of being stealthy, and then you like bring your hand up to just like scratch your forehead or something, and you slice your finger on one of the razor blades of grass, and you can't help but to let out like a "oh shit," and then you hear it.
Nope.
A large rumble that seems to emanate from all around you.
Nope. 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 Nope.
Each one of the hills starts just shifting even more than they were before. The sense you got from the breathing before was like some sort of slumber, like it was a sleeping rhythm of breath. And then they begin moving more and more as several of these hills burst from the ground and dirt gets flung in all directions. And you notice that beneath the hill, and now being able to see what's beneath the dirt and various grasses that have congregated on top of these creatures, are these enormous earthen turtles that they seem to be made out of stone itself. Their heads pop out, and they're longer than normal legs. You're used to turtles kind of having a little bit stumpier legs, but these particular turtles have these little bit longer legs, and they erupt from the ground and let out a little bit of a roar. And each one of them starts shifting and running in random directions. And you all start just like jostling back and forth, trying to dodge the various large beasts that are erupting from the ground. And Alluro's just like, oh no, this is bad. And they all start running in random directions. Slowly, though, they seem to form more uniform lines and begin to stampede in a uniform direction off to the west. Now, this is going to be a skill challenge. Since you already failed once because of the stealth, now you're trying to make your way out of this stampede you're trying to navigate this stampede in some way. So, each of you gets to try and contribute to your escape. So, who would like to go first? As all of these creatures start stampeding through these open plains and just tearing everything into earth and dirt and erupting stone and earth. These creatures roaring and moving about. Who would like to try and navigate through this, running or doing whatever, like literally anything? It can be just like a skill check, a spell you cast. You could be attacking them. Like, what are you doing?
That would be it.
I have an idea.
Sorry, I'm just finding my
I will
item cards. Okay.
try and find a. How do I do this? It's
How
like
heavy?
a less being less trampled upon. Way like to see a path through the stampede that kind of like if there's any. Or if there would be a much easier path through if one of them simply wasn't there, I would like to cast Banishment on
Banishment, sure. Okay, so
All right.
you're trying to make, like, let's say
Like I will eat up spell
you
slots.
guys are running in a certain direction, and there's a you've first
Like,
you're gonna find a path that makes sense. So make a survival check or a perception check, up to you.
We'll go with perception. That's not too good. 15.
15. So you do manage to find a path. You see that these creatures are stampeding in a lot like wildebeests, where they're forming like long lines of each other, and you manage to find kind of a slot where they are not where they're like kind of forming this line, and you guys have traversed a good 5 minutes this way. But now, suddenly, there is a rogue one that is coming through along this path. Slightly smaller. You get the sense that maybe it's a younger one that's like following along with one of its parents, and it's trudging along, getting closer and closer. And Gabriel comes out ahead of the group and puts his hand out and goes to cast Banishment. What's the saving throw?
Ba-do. Charisma.
Charisma. Well, it rolled a natural 2, and it gets like a -6. So all of a sudden, this creature is coming closer and
Charismatic
closer,
turtles.
and you
Charismatic.
all like go
Hold
to
on,
throw
I
your
have-
arms up, huh?
A point of order here. It's a 4th level spell, and I only have a 5th and 6th level spell slots available to cast it, so I banished 2 things.
Okay, so you can banish an adjacent one if you desire.
Yeah, to make
Oh,
it easier.
and that one rolls a natural 1, so you banish both of them. So this creature's just crushing up, getting closer to you, and it's like within 10 feet, you're just getting sprayed with tons of dirt and mud, and various blades of grass are slicing a couple of you, and then all of a sudden it's just gone,
How tall are these turtles?
like 40
Turtles.
feet.
Okay.
The one he banished was more like 30 feet tall.
So I was trying to think what I could
Ooh.
contribute here, but I don't think what I was going to do would be enough.
Okay, so with that obstacle gone, you get 1 success on your skill check, or on your skill challenge. Now, who wants to contribute to the next leg, and what will you be doing?
Question.
Yeah.
If we just take ourselves completely out of the equation, does that count as a success?
No, so we're going for 3 general successes. If you
Okay,
get 3,
somebody
if you
else
get
go.
3 successes,
Well,
then
I get-
you pass. If you get 3 failures, then things will happen.
so
So
how's
get
this
ready.
path looking? I guess. So now we got the smaller turtle out of the way.
So the smaller turtles out of the way, there's still like you get kind of a little bit of a line, like the one that Gabriel had discovered earlier, but that line's running out, and the full force of the stampede is still coming. So what are you guys doing?
This way, you fools.
Is there really any like what's the terrain that it's just dirt, right? Flat.
It's just mostly flat and dirt. Literally, the only thing that was making hills in this area were these enormous
Where the
earth elemental turtles.
Okay.
I got something. If anybody,
Yeah. Because
Sure.
okay, I'm gonna hopefully make this work. I'm going to probably next to, or honestly, it's coming right at me. Just whatever's coming right at me, I'm gonna target one of them and use intimidating presence and attempt to frighten it,
Sure.
there you go.
so then it can't physically move any closer to me. And it's a wisdom save.
Okay.
And what is this? 13 is the DC.
Okay. Let's see here. Wisdom, you said?
Yeah.
Okay. So, You're following this kind of vein of creatures again, where there's like a path that you can kind of follow, where they're all like stampeding on one side or the other, and a few more rogue ones are coming down this path. One coming off from your right instead of all the ones normally coming off from the left. Bits of dirt get sprayed into your face, and Ortok, you go up and yell something, or what do you do to be intimidating?
Pretty much, yeah. Just yell something. Yeah, like move or something like that.
So Ortok just walks up, like slams his chest and says, "Move!" And the creature, it was it a minus? No. So it rolls an 18,
Balls.
and Ortok just says, "Move!" And suddenly he vanishes underneath its foot. Just move! Slams down to the ground. Ortok, I need you to make a strength save.
Hey, that's something I can kind of do. Oh, all right.
Also,
28.
28. Okay, so you're gonna take half damage.
Ooh,
It's-
that'll be okay.
it's been more than an hour since I cast Freedom of Movement, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Balls.
Balls indeed.
All right, so you take 10 points of bludgeoning damage
Thank God I'm not dead yet.
as one of them just bam slams you into the ground. Thankfully, the earth beneath you is softer than the feet of these creatures, because it leaves an Ortok-shaped impression in the ground as the foot leaves the ground, and leaves you behind. I need the rest of you, however, as it tramples over Ortok, to make dexterity saving throws to dodge this creature as it barrels through the rest of the group. Alora's going to do the same.
What you said, Dex?
Dex, yep.
Okay.
Can I
think I did good.
cast Banishment again?
At this point, Ortok's done his thing to try and, get rid of this creature, but it failed, so everyone's making dex saves.
13.
13. 20. Okay. Atreus and Aaron succeed. Gabriel fails. Gabriel takes the full 20 points of bludgeoning damage. The rest of you take 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Cool. I don't think I take any if I succeed.
Oh,
Wait,
correct.
how much
yeah.
bludgeoning damage? Wait, I already took my damage.
You already took your damage, yes.
Yeah. Okay, good.
So, yes,
Or-
Aaron, you
oh,
don't take any
actually-
damage.
Well, let me make sure about that, because
It's a dex
is it only
save,
supposed to be
evasion.
for like area of effect stuff? I'm trying to remember.
But I take damage?
You do, but you're taking half, so it's 10. 10 points of
Okay.
bludgeoning damage.
My rogues.
I think it's anything that you make a dexterity save against. But I'm not totally sure.
Out of the way of certain area effect. Well, I suppose you get to decide. Is this
Yeah.
an area effect, or
It-
am I
it-
just...
It kind of is, because it's like this super wide creature that's like barreling through an area. So
Okay, then... Yes.
so you managed to dodge out of the way completely
Yeah,
and not take any damage.
cool.
Okay. So that's 2 fails on the ticker. And 1 success.
Oh dear.
So,
Is the lure near me?
yeah, you're all clumped up pretty good.
Okay. Is he he's on the like skinnier, lighter side, right?
Correct. He's a lithe man.
I wish to swoop and scoop. And try and get us both out of there, upwards and outwards.
Okay, sure. So you activate the wing pack. It pops out, you Buzz Lightyear, and you swoop down, grab Allure, and he like freaks out for a second, but then you fly up into the air. So you and Allure, as long as you fly up more than 40 feet. In fact,
Am I able to? I mean, you tell me if I am.
I'm gonna
'cause I
say
think
since
the-
you're carrying someone, that makes it half movement.
Okay.
And then you can use your dash, so that would make it 30. So you could go up 30 feet, but that's not quite the tops of the creatures just yet.
Yeah, I'm just trying to see if. Okay. Yeah, the pack can carry up to 300 pounds,
Oh,
but yeah, if I'm. But so I mean, you get to decide if.
yeah, I think that's more because he's still a full-sized person. So I'm gonna make
Sure,
it half
and-
speed.
Okay.
So when you're getting up to the 30-foot mark and the peak of one of these earthen turtles goes flying by you, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
Sure. Is this a normal one, or should I put it at disadvantage?
Just a normal one.
Okay. Oh dear. Just a 10 on that.
10. So at this point, the peak of it slams into you at a great speed. And you take.
I'm able to like throw him onto the peak, like trying to save him.
You know, that's sure. Make
Make
an acrobatics
Animal
check.
handling.
An acrobatics check.
Yeah, acrobatics check.
Oh dear. Those aren't. Oh wait, I'm halfway okay at those. Let's see what happens. Not so great. 13.
13. So, you like turn. You're both trying to dodge and chuck them at the same time, and you swing in the wrong direction, and you just chuck him straight into another peak, and he just slams against the side of it and starts rolling down. Both of you take 18 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh yeah. Well, I do. Yeah, I do take half. Even when
Yep,
I
you
fail.
take half. So you take
Just
9 points of
chuck him
bludgeoning
into a
damage.
moving turtle. He goes flying. Oh god.
Since that wasn't applying to everyone, that wasn't like a check for everyone. That's just gonna be a failure on your part.
Haha, you failed.
That's pretty great. I like it.
So you guys all watch as you're kind of dodging other creatures on the ground as Aaron swoops up into the air, chucks a lure into another peak, gets slammed by himself, and they both fall down to the ground.
It's like Golos never left.
It's falling with style. All right.
Oh yeah.
Chucks him in him. Okay, that's great.
You threw me into a mountain.
Giant moving mountain.
You couldn't hit the side of a barn.
Allure is gonna attempt something now that he recovers. He is going to extract an interesting looking arrow from his quiver. It has a vial attached to it. And he sees the next creature approaching, about to get close to trample the rest of the party, and he looses it at the creature's face. And he rolls a 24 to hit. The arrow slams into the creature's face and creates a plume of fog where the arrow impacted. The creature literally just halts where it stands and like thrashes around for a second because it can't quite see. It's just like, and that gives you guys enough time to like make your way around this creature, and it's actually causing a small backup where creatures behind this one are like slamming into the backside of it and like making a small like multi turtle pile up behind it. one more check from one of you guys in the skill challenge.
Could
Okay.
Ortok do one that would just prevent him from dying and take him out of the equation, and then somebody else can do it? So if you fail, I don't die.
You what are you gonna do? What are you gonna try?
So Ortok is going to take out the immovable rod
Okay.
and then touch his lightning sword and use the special thing, shoot up in the air 80 feet and click it and just hang there.
That's awesome.
There you go.
You can. Okay, I think that's easy enough because it's like once you're up in the sky, you can just click it, and you're strong enough where you can just hang from it for a while.
That's fantastic.
Is
So-
it? Do I have enough? Just out of curiosity, do I
Mhm.
have enough? Not movement, but like time to basically, from the bag of holding, take my 50 feet of rope and like kind of tie some of it to the immovable rod, so that if people need to climb up it, they can, but still like 30 feet off the ground.
Interesting. This could be the last check, where you fly up into the air, dangle the rope down from it, and beckon people to climb on it and wait for the stampede to pass. If
Can I assist?
Actually,
that-
would it be possible instead of shooting up 80 feet, could it just shoot up 50 feet? Because then we're still above.
because you can pick any target with the sword's ability, so you could just pick the air 60 feet up or whatever.
Yeah. And then
So,
it'd
yeah.
go pretty much to the ground, pretty close to the ground.
Yeah. Okay, so one check I do want you to do. You guys watch Ortok rocket up into the air, his body turning into lightning for a second, shooting up, and all of a sudden he's like falling down for a second, and all of a sudden he like dangles from the immovable rod. You start tying your rope onto it. That's the check I need you to make. I need you to make a survival check to see how good of a knot you can put onto the rope.
I am so good at surviving. At least by myself. Oh, 14?
14. Okay. All right. You managed to tie a very decent knot onto this rope. Now, the rest of you that are on the ground still having to dodge these various creatures, how are you going to attempt to get to the rope to climb up, if at all?
I'm going to cast daylight on myself to make a great big bubble of blinding light so that they go around us.
Okay.
More so, hopefully.
Okay, so this helps. So anything that you guys do to get to the rope and start climbing up, you can do it advantage because you're being much less disrupted by the creatures. They see this blinding light and they kind of try to evade you. So who's climbing up the rope?
How far away are we out of this? From the, or we're still too far. Just
Yeah, you don't see the edge of the stampede yet.
okay, that's good.
Who wants to attempt to get up and climb the rope first?
Can I fly up to it?
Oh, you can just fly. So, sure. You you don't even. Well, let's have you do one.
I am
One
also.
d-
I do have the athlete. I do have the athlete's feet.
Yeah. Let's have you do one dexterity saving throw as you have to dodge a few creatures to get up
Sure.
to the right height.
Okay.
Does he
Dex
get
save, dex
advantages?
save. Come on.
And you do get advantage because the creatures are blinded and kind of going around you.
That's good, because that number would have killed me. That's better. Yeah, I rolled a nat 1 and then a nat 6. So it's
Oh my god.
dex save plus 8, 14.
14. The DC was 15. So you do get knocked out of the air as you approach the location. Let's see. You're going to take 6, yeah.
1,000,000 points.
You're gonna take 23 points of bludgeoning damage, but you get to half it because of your evasion or whatever.
Yeah, so that becomes
11. Take 11 points of bludgeoning damage.
cool.
And you get knocked to the ground. But since you can just fly at will, you can get another attempt.
Oh, good. Can I? Well, we're not really. Meh. Okay. Just make sure I'm not in possession of something that will help. Giant turtle repellent. In other words, 1,000 ball bearings, perhaps.
I think those turn into bullets when they step on them.
Yes, yeah, something like that. Yeah, I mean, let me just make real quick. I just want to make sure. Okay, so that's fine. Decanter. Raven Queen can't really help me here.
I mean, you can. Any of you can beseech your deity at any time, like. But.
Yeah, but Aaron's whole thing is that he doesn't want to.
Maybe I'll do that.
Can other people beseech my deity?
I mean, I actually have a class feature for that.
Neat.
You do.
But you borrow other people's gods?
Just come here. No.
Interesting. It's not a fucking iPhone charger. Yeah. There's. She probably wants me to die. I'm gonna ignore that, and I guess I'll just try again.
All right. I need an acrobatics saving throw.
Same. Okay.
Advantage.
Okay. Oh wow, they're both 10s, so 18.
18. So this time you do manage to dodge out of the way of these multiple peaks of the turtles and fly up to the height of Ortok and just see him dangling there with the immovable rod. So next, how about Gabriel?
I want to make sure everyone gets up the damn rope. So, where's the lure?
Is Gabriel the same size as me?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm
he's considered a medium creature.
I'll motion a lure to go up the rope.
Okay. He's just going to let's see here. Yeah, he's just going to do some fancy footwork and he's going to run up the side of one, jump off, kind of like ricochet off another one, and let's see. Yeah, he rolls a 19 on his acrobatics check, and he just like does a flip and then grabs the rope and then climbs up the rest of the rope. He's really dexterous, so he easily makes it up the rope. And
Okay.
the rope
Then
seems to be supporting his weight.
Okay. Then so I got one question because I guess it depends how it rolls out. I guess, but so Thunder Step, you can teleport yourself to an unoccupied space.
Sure.
So does that include just anywhere?
Yeah, literally anywhere as long as a person's not in it.
Okay, so I'll grab Gabriel, and then
Okay.
I'll just blast us up to the rope, and I'll say just get ready to grab on,
Okay.
and then
Yeah. So casting the spell is easy enough. You like just run up to Gabriel, grab him, and the thunderclap occurs, and you teleport up, and then you start plummeting as you're like right next to the cord, but you gotta like grab onto it. So either make a athletics check or an acrobatics check, either one, to see if you can grab the rope in time.
Letter
oh boy,
for me. Shit.
5.
5,
Sorry about that, you guys.
14.
14.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see. So Gabriel, You manage to grab the rope. But then
Who am I taking with me?
you're not quite strong enough. So you're sliding down the rope. If you were made of flesh, you'd have like terrible rope burn as the rope just like slides through your hands. And you eventually stop towards the end of the rope, about 20 feet from the ground. And then Atreus just doesn't even grab the rope and just flies past you.
Can I grab him?
Make
Well,
a...
actually,
Huh?
actually, I would be. Oh, I know it just says teleport to creature, so I'm not holding on to him. But okay, yeah, I guess I'm just like free falling.
Yeah, so you just fly down.
Can I grab him before he hits the ground?
Sure, make a make an acrobatics check.
Okay. Acrobatics.
Yeah, you gotta snatch him out of the air. Well, actually, acrobatics or athletics, your choice. Because
No, tell me what it is, because I don't feel bad here.
no, literally.
Okay.
Because athletics, you'll need to grab him and hold his weight, or it's acrobatics to see if you can just snatch him. So either one.
Do a snatch.
Motherfucker! That's a 2 plus 9, so 11.
11. It's not enough. It's like you manage to grab him, but his weight is too much, and he just like gets ripped from your hand as he falls down to the ground. Since the rope was like 50 feet up in the air, you're gonna take a lot of fall damage.
Oh no.
Wait, can't you fly?
No, I can only do it with my cape. I already used it once. But we didn't take a long rest, so I can't use it again.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So it's
Unless I can
40
cast
Is it
a cantrip
5?
or something before I hit the ground, then I could float.
You could do that.
Okay, I didn't know if that was like, this is all smashing too much into one thing.
No. This is like free form, like do cool shit.
Okay, so I guess as I'm falling, I could do I could cast just do I'll do I guess I'll as I'm going down I'll just do a cantrip so I can do thunderclap.
Okay.
Trying to like I'm gonna get trampled here if I don't do anything. So I guess try to clear the path, scare them away.
Okay.
And I guess
They
if
make
there's
like
anyone
a save or something, right, against thunderclap, or is that a roll to hit?
yeah, they have to do a con save,
Con save.
or they take thunder damage. But either way, I guess it makes a thunder sound heard up to 100 feet. So I guess I'm going more for the
sound.
startle or the scare. Yeah.
Okay. Then make a intimidation check.
The daylight spell's still up too.
It is. So make an
And it's a
intimidation check.
60-foot ball.
Make an intimidation check at advantage.
15.
15. So, with this loud thunderclap and the bright light, a bunch of the creatures do veer away from your position, and then you get to use, was that like tempestuous magic or something like that?
Yeah, fly
And you
up
can
10
float up?
feet. So I guess
Okay.
like I'll try to cast it pretty close before I hit the ground and just kind of float up and back down. Or I could float up and try to grab the rope again, I guess.
You could. You want to do that?
Let's do that.
All right, so you're like getting close to hitting the ground. You cast thunderclap. A bunch of the creatures divert around you and giving you a good amount of time to float up and grab the rope. Go ahead and make an acrobatics check at advantage.
16.
16. You float up into the air and manage to grab onto the bottom of the rope. And since the creatures are diverted for a second, you manage to climb up the 40 feet needed to be clear of them before they start running underneath you again. And you all are sitting there just dangling or flying from the immovable rod as you watch these enormous earth elemental turtles just stampede for the next 10-15 minutes. And slowly they disperse and disappear off to the west, leaving the ground just ravaged. It's just all dirt and rock just mounded up in weird places. Like, some of them made, like, deep cut paths where they all, like, tried to run in the same path over and over again. So now there's, like, ravines in areas and things like that. The plain is barely recognizable. But then slowly the plain comes to like a silence that's welcoming from the total chaos that was coming before it. And you guys survived the stampede.
Something like that.
I fucking love it.
Yay! Ah.
Allure isn't like still riding on one of them, is he?
No, he's hanging from the
He's dead.
one of the ropes, or from the rope.
He died. He's
Ooh, he's done.
He's got the rope like wrapped around his arm and just kind of dangling there.
okay.
And he's like, "Well, that was fun."
Yeah.
And he kind of
let me
unravels
just-
himself and drops to the ground.
No.
Let me just unclick this thing. Give me a second.
You guys eventually make your way down onto the ravaged land. Now, kind of difficult terrain because of how just impacted the ground is. It's probably maybe another couple hours left in the day cycle, you surmise, before you'd have to take a rest.
Cool.
So you can travel for a little bit more, and you see kind of off in the distance, following the compass, that now the plain is slowly turning less green and more black, as these kind of more withered looking trees are popping up here and there, and the ground is getting a lot more swampy. And it's at about this point where rest is probably the best thing for you.
Cool. Cool, guys.
So exhausted from your encounter with the turtles, you settled down for the night.
After a minute, there's a loud whoosh and some turtles reaping.
You wake up in a sea of more turtles. They just grow overnight. It's weird. All right, I'll take the first watch.
Okay.
Okay.
You guys
I'll,
head to bed.
I'll watch with him too,
All right, so both of you make perception checks.
because I'm up all night anyway.
I'm so perceptuous. 7.
7,
16.
16. Overnight, so far, nothing particularly interesting happens. You hear strange noises off in the distance, here and there. It's not dark, so it's like easier to see. But you feel like there's like a cycle of certain creatures that come out during the Fey nighttime. You see like an increase in will-o-wisps, these little orbs of light that kind of float through the forest, and the sound of like crickets and other strange like bird calls coming out at night. But your first watch goes by without any trouble. Who's doing second watch?
I'll do it.
Okay, perception checks.
Cha cha cha.
Okay.
20, 22.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
So, you don't really detect anything more than the others did. You get like you rolled high enough to know that sometimes you look out and see like really strange things, like a face in a tree that seemingly wasn't there before, or the strange appearance of what looks like an oasis not that far away. But Aaron and Gabriel, you both noticed that it's like, no, that's not real. That's some pixie or something playing tricks on us. That's stupid. And you manage to evade the temptation of going and checking it out, or being sucked into some sort of magical trap. And you all awaken in the morning, feeling rested and ready to go.
Okay.
Oh, during our watch with Aaron, I like talk to him a bit.
Okay.
Some point in the night, I'd be like, Aaron,
Hi.
what do you think Solaria wants with all those magical components?
Oh, well, from just judging on my short time there, it seems that a nation obsessed with progress and their own self-interests, they want power, of course. Based on what I know of humans, which is a bit, or just general sentient beings, is they're obsessed with power, control, and they will do and say things that will make people feel good in order for them to be trusted. So my theory is that they will use this power to start fighting the Nine Hells, and in that will gain the trust of the rest of the Free Peoples. This trust could be betrayed at some point. Now, that's just the optimist in me, perhaps. That was sarcasm. Sorry, it's not optimism at all. That was complete sarcasm. I just realized who I was talking. In general, I think their dicks are going to be very power hungry after they helped.
I'm just worried what they might have planned.
Oh, indeed. It is something that I've had in mind myself. We'll have to look into it, of course.
I would like to go back there when this is over. Personally.
Are you sure about that?
No, but I think I have to.
All right, well, we haven't died yet. Well, most of us haven't died yet.
I was going to say.
Well, aye. You've become nothing but an asset and a friend. We still have to work on your lying. It's going to take time. So, clearly we have to spend much more time together. If that means adventuring to the far corners to sort things out.
I believed I was getting better at it.
It's better.
That was sarcasm.
Oh.
What was it?
She will never know.
All right. So,
Excellent.
You all awaken, health fully restored, spell slots back, ready to go. Any preparations before you continue your journey?
We can.
I guess I'm going to ask Allure. So you did mention when we were in the Sea of Turtles before everything went crazy, you did mention you heard some stories. Anything? I'm guessing it was about the turtles. Anything else?
I have heard a few tales about the migrating hills of Itlamok. Though I may have been. All I know is that in many tales, the landscape is transformed by hills that appear overnight or disappear overnight. And makes navigation difficult sometimes. I did not know that there were giant turtles that ran back and forth. That is something new to me. So,
any other tales?
Never go to the theater.
The theater?
Yes. Never go to the theater. Not the one in town. That one's fine. But if there's a theater around out here, don't. Whatever you do not go and watch it.
What did he get the accents all wrong or something?
No. Legend says that if you go to this theater and watch at all, there's a chance that you will never leave and simply dance forever until you wither away and die.
Kind of sounds like the city we just came from.
Yeah, it kind of sounds like your circle of whatever church.
The
Oh,
church.
the Church of the Endless Dance?
Yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah. They seem to have taken the legend of this particular theater a little bit too literally. And it's annoying, isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of weird. It's pretty fucked up, actually. You know, I don't mean to be mean, but your town, if we didn't, you know, desperately need your help so much in fighting the devils, like, you guys would be fine staying here. Like, it'd be great. Not that we don't want you, but, like, you're kind of weird. Yeah.
The religion
Aaron turns
wasn't.
up. You collect heads.
Yeah, practical heads. Practical. I go and I kill them. It's like hunting. All sorts of people hunt. I don't know what you're talking about.
I can't. I just can't.
The religion popped up maybe 50 to 100 years after the town arrived. I can't claim any knowledge of how it really got into the city, other than that I don't practice it.
Thank God. That's fucking weird. All right, I say we continue. Aaron, you have that. The compass.
Oh, yeah.
Is it still pointing north?
Is it still pointing north?
It is.
It's still pointing north.
Oh my God.
Pointing north.
Is it going to take forever?
I mean, is it getting? Are we? Is the like time of day changing? Is that a
No.
thing now?
The sun stays forever in like the 2 to 3 o'clock position in the west.
Worst time of day.
I want coffee, but I know I'm gonna be up forever if I drink it. It's a terrible time of day.
Oh, it's the worst. I'm always kind of tired. Exactly. I just slept for 8 hours, and I'm tired.
Right. That sounds completely accurate.
Jesus, whoever that is. All right, well, let's get going.
All right. So you guys continue your journey, and eventually, over the next couple of hours, the plains definitely turn into what you know to have been referenced as the Black Swamp.
Tap for black.
Yeah. And the travel, it's a little bit more difficult because some areas you walk forward and what looks like just another puddle of mud is actually a sinkhole. and you sink like up to your waist in like a quicksand-like material, and you all have to help each other to yank the person out and get them out of there. Then a few more hours pass. The swamp gets even more dark and dank. And something starts kind of coalescing over like through the forest of decrepit-looking trees. And despite the fact that it's like the trees look kind of withered and decrepit, it's still a colorful place, like deep purples and pinks and green and very odd, like just strange combinations of colors for all of these various swamp-like plants. Still, fey-like creatures appear in your vision. A will-o-wisp dances through the forest. Pixie flies by, or maybe you see like a strange four-legged creature like off in the distance, and then it runs away once it sees you. Then appearing through the trees in the distance appears a large stationary structure. From the looks of the exterior, best you can tell, it looks like some sort of ancient temple. These large parapets and walls and towers extrude from the ground, showing off this large, almost fortress-like. It's like it's a temple, but it looks reinforced. And as you guys approach, as you all get close to it, I need you all to make history checks.
Ooh.
Aha.
Holy shit. All right. Can't roll for shit on the other one, but man, do I know my history of swamps.
It's that one book you read. Oh.
Ooh.
That's like Ortok's one thing. He just fucking loves swamp.
I love swamp history. And the history of Fey swamps.
Yeah,
What did,
specifically?
What did Aaron get?
Sorry. Remind me what I'm checking for. I was
History
reading
check.
some history. All right. Oh, jeez. Yeah, that's like an 8, I think.
An 8. Okay.
Oh wow, 11.
11. Okay.
6.
So, Atreus and Ortok, as you approach this building, it's still a good 200 feet away. It looks eerily familiar. And you look at one of the towers, and this building, even though it looks like it was once a magnificent place, it looks as though probably the top half of it has eroded away. It is just totally decrepit from about the second floor up. The front tower looks eerily familiar, and both of you recognize this building to look eerily exactly like the Sunless Citadel. The place where you went on your first adventure down into that...
Oh, the spire?
No, the Sunless Citadel, the place where you went
Oh.
and found Meepo.
Oh, no.
But does it look the same, or this looks more?
This is literally, it looks exactly like it, but it's above ground. If you remember before, it was in the crevasse of a deep ravine and was submerged under a ton of rock. But here,
What the heck?
it's above ground and sitting in the middle of this mystical swamp.
So it looks like it, or we're certain that it's the exact same?
As far as you can tell, it looks exactly the same. It
You
looks
guys.
a little bit damaged in like other ways. Like the other one was like submerged in certain like beds of rock. This one looks like the type of erosion is mostly just like external damage. The like the second and third floors are basically gone.
Okay.
But the same way you entered from before stands, as the front tower still has that same entryway in the front.
You guys, do you remember this place? Isn't this weird? Do you guys remember this?
No.
Oh,
No.
you probably don't. You remember?
Are you sure, Gabriel?
Daryl?
Daryl.
That's where Daryl was. When we went to Sunken Citadel in that ravine. You remember? Meepo? And there's that dragon. And that's where we got the apple seeds for Gary.
Indeed.
Wait, we got the
and there
apple
was,
seeds
there
there?
was, yeah, there was them and Dern. Do you remember Dern? He lasted all of like 4 seconds. But
Oh, it was terrible.
Turn.
My goodness, Allure, we've been here before. We completely, there must have been close to 1,400 little kobolds just like running around. It was like a nation of kobolds, and they were very evil. We killed all of them. And a dragon.
Suddenly, you guys feel a small quake in the ground.
It wasn't a big dragon. It was a small dragon.
more of a just a very chilly lizard.
Like a dragonette.
A dragon.
But there were 1,500 kobolds.
But there were a lot of kobolds.
Don't sell that short. Okay.
Oh, aye, we were mowing them
Well.
down like grass.
Yeah.
I mean, how could you have been here before? You said you'd never been to the Feywild before.
This building must
Yeah, we-
exist on yet another plane.
how
Everyone
would it-
make another history check.
Everybody?
Yep.
Not as good.
History or Arcana, up to you.
11.
Also bad.
Also 11.
11, okay.
12.
17.
17. Atreus, you know from your studies that the Feywild is a mirror plane. So features that can exist in the material plane often exist in a similar but different fashion in a mirror plane. So places that have been around a long time, or features that have been around a long time, like a waterfall or a big ravine or a volcano or something, can exist both in the material plane and the Feywild. And then you also know, just as side information, that there's one other mirror plane. So there's the material plane, the Feywild, and the Shadowfell, that are kind of these mirrors of each other.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, pass that along.
we're in the same spot in a different plane. Okay. I mean, Aaron,
Hi.
do you have the compass?
Hi.
Is it telling us to go in there?
It aims right at the building.
Shit.
Hi.
Time to kill some kobolds.
Is for some reason I'm thinking, what is this the same place where we basically walked in and there's that locked room with the treasure in it, and Oratak rolled like a natural 20 and opened that up? Wasn't that one of our super early things?
It was one of our super early things.
This
remember.
was like
I don't remember
the first
that.
dungeon.
Okay.
It was the first dungeon where the big bad was Balak, this druid that was trying to that died like in one hit from
Yeah.
a natural 20 from
Smick,
from
smick,
Ortok,
smick.
and there's that the Gulthius tree in
Yeah.
I still
way
have those apple
deep
seeds.
within. That
Indeed.
was a vampiric tree.
Yeah, I think this was on the first level. Like, we walked in, and then you said the only way he would have opened it was with a natural 20. But I forget what was... I was trying to think what was in that room.
Yeah, there's
well,
a
there
ton
was
of locked
also
rooms
the-
in there.
Yeah, there was also that like I don't know what it was exactly, but we opened a tomb and had to fight the thing inside of it. Yeah,
Yeah. So you guys did a lot of stuff in there.
we did.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go back
And
in.
now it stands in front of you again.
got a lot more stuff to do.
If how far away is it?
It's about, I'll say, 100 feet at this point.
Right. Well, let's walk up to it. And let's walk past it. And see if
Yeah,
it's
maybe the
not-
compass is telling us something
see if it's not
behind.
just a coincidence.
Behind
Because
this.
wouldn't that be? Mitch, wouldn't that just be a bitch thing for you to do?
Wouldn't that
They
be
don't
fun?
actually have
Oh,
to
we
go
gotta
into-
go in there.
Yeah.
The jars.
The exact same dungeon, exact same bad guys, which kills like 3 weeks, and be like, it's not in there.
Yeah, we exit the back door. The jar's sitting out on a pedestal, labeled
Take me.
Primal Earth.
It's just on the other side.
Damn.
Label.
It's out back.
All right. So you guys are approaching, trying to get a bearing on if the compass is truly pointing in the building. And as you approach, and you kind of like are walking side to side to see if the compass is really pointing like right at the building, and you notice that there's almost like a gravity to the compass, like as if it's pointing at the building, but also down, like it's pointing underneath the building somehow.
Great.
So it's for sure in the building.
It's very likely. Hi.
All right. Well, I say, unless you guys have something else to do, we head on in.
I'd rather
Sounds good.
It's just a bunch of kobolds. What could possibly be in here?
A dragon, apparently.
Well, the kobolds might not be in there, right? Just the feature itself is a mirror.
This will be easy. It will be easy.
What if we were to have the turtles stampede over this place and just destroy the whole thing? We pick through the rubbles.
And then find the primal earth.
Indeed. How hard could it? How's our
Aaron,
animal
I'm-
handling?
I am no genius and don't plan to be the one that comes up with any plan. But your plan sounds very bad.
Fucking fine. And he starts walking towards the citadel.
Let's go. Let's head in.
Okay.
Anything out in the open? Anything flying in the sky?
Snipers on the roof.
Do a perception check.
Golo's just standing out front. Oh.
26 is the number of the night for Gabriel.
Wow. You look around and you don't see any external creatures or movement. However, you do notice that every once in a while there's a slight shaking of the earth. Just like a very faint earthquake.
Any pattern to it?
Happens periodically, not exactly the same period. Like happens maybe every couple minutes.
Okay.
Does it sound like a... I don't know. I was trying to... Like, can we tell, is it like something like a big dragon landing and making like a smashing sound, or it's like just the actual earth shaking? Or hard to
Make a nature check.
10.
10. I'd say you're not experienced enough with geology or large impacts to really discern the difference. Just feels like faint earthquakes.
Okay.
So, you guys are approaching the front tower with the entry. And you guys get closer and closer. No movement or anything. Allure follows up behind, and he slowly pulls out his bow and arrow. You guys approach the front door, and those of you that have been here before are slowly flooded with a weird sense of deja vu and are just like generally unsettled by seeing this super similar location just placed in a different environment. And as you guys enter the front tower and find yourselves in the entryway to the Sunless Citadel, that's where we'll pick it up next time.
Oh man, I should find my notes from that early.
Or you could go to www.storm-animus.com/fandom. Storm-animus.fandom.com and read the whole recap, actually, because
it's on there.
It's there under Oakhurst and I have Sunken Citadel in my notes. Maybe it was wrong.
Right. Yeah. No, I think you're right.
But Sunless would also make sense because it's in a ravine.
Also, we're on a mirror plane, so everything might be backwards.
Oh,
yeah, good call.
Mitch
Well,
is
yeah,
like,
it was
"Shit,
underground. Now it's above ground, so.
Everything.
So the tree will be first. Got it. I think I understand now.
Well, I'm going to say
Think
goodbye
it's
to the
the-
internet. Goodbye.
Goodbye,
Thank you for
internet.
watching.
Wash your fucking hands. Wash your hands.
Wash your
Do it.